Welcome to your Express Flow. Let's begin. Start in downward facing dog. So ideally, do something to warm up before jumping into this practice. Start in tabletop to set up for your downward facing dog. Hands slightly forward, curl your toes in, lift the hips up and join me in the very first downward facing dog. Now, if you're not entirely sure about the distance between your hands and your feet in downward facing dog, shift your body weight into plank just for a moment before we begin to measure the distance between your hands and your feet. Come into downward facing dog from your high plank. Shift the hips all the way up. Form a triangular shape with the body and the mat. Let's take a few moments to loosen up. Let's take a few breaths to settle in and set an intention for this practice. A very quick, warm, fiery flow that will work on your lower body. We get creative. We start adding new movements and we simply explore those movements that seem very, very familiar. Revisiting the old patterns, inviting something new into the practice. On the next inhale, lift your heels high up into the ceiling. And on the exhale, release the heels back down into the mat. One more time. Breathe in, lift your heels high up into the ceiling, lengthen through your neck, keep the shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, release the heels down into the mat. On the next breath in, shift the body weight forward into high plank, strong plank. Press actively through your hands, round up through the shoulders. Keep your neck long. Take a breath in at the top. Exhale the first chaturanga or lower down halfway. Maybe you choose knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, roll over your toes and join me in upward facing dog. Your neck is long, gaze up. On the next breath out, shift the hips up, roll over the toes and come back into your downward facing dog. We'll be working with downward facing dog. Step your big toes together, allow them to touch. Have a look at your hands for a moment. Make sure they're parallel to each other, shoulder distance, and your fingertips are pressing firmly into the mat. Roll the eyes of your elbows into the ceiling. Release your head and your neck once again in between those upper arms. Powerful, long, and very strong, your downward facing dog. On the next inhale, lift your right leg all the way up into the ceiling. Point the heel high up. On the exhale, shift the body weight forward. Take your right knee towards your chin, high plank. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, extend your right leg all the way back up into the ceiling. This time, get your right toes to point up. The hip might open slightly. That's absolutely fine. Keep your right shoulder close down towards the mat. On the next inhale, prepare. Exhale, right knee towards the chin. Once again, round up through the shoulders. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1. And one more time, extend. Three-legged downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, look forward in between your hands. Take your right knee back into high plank for a moment, only to release your right knee under the belly button in the same line or just behind your wrists. Now notice how my back foot is floating. Allow the shoulders to surpass your wrists here. Find that balance and see if you can lift the back leg off the mat. Keep the back toes in. So the right toes are pointed and the left toes are flexed. A little bit confusing for the brain. Here we are, balancing onto the back knee for 3, 2, and 1. Release the back foot down. Press through your hands. Lift your right leg back up into three-legged downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, right knee to the chin. One more time. Round up through the shoulders. Come as far as you possibly can. And once you cannot go any further, release your right knee in between your wrists down onto the mat. Keep your right foot floating off the mat. Lean forward. Come onto the back tippy toes. Once you're ready, lift the back foot up as high up as it goes. Keep the hips at the same line. Now bend the left knee and point your back foot towards the ceiling. Here, balancing and breathing. Maybe if you feel adventurous, extend through your right arm forward. A different variation of a very well-known tabletop pose. Inhale, exhale, Inhale deeply, engage through the core, press actively through the left hand, the neck is long, exhale, one more breath in, and the breath out, both hands back down onto the mat, extend through your left knee, lower down your left toes, press through your hands, and come back up into your three-legged downward facing dog, balancing and breathing here. One more time, inhale. Exhale, take your right knee into your chin for 3, 2, 1. You know the drill. Lower it down in between your wrists or just behind your hands, in between. Now shift the body weight forward, stay onto that right knee, lift the back foot up, bend the knee at the back. Keep here, breathing for 3. Or stay with me and we will pulse. Send your left foot into the ceiling. We go 3, up, 2, pulsing. Last one up, adding another 3. We go 3, left foot up. Keep those hips in the same line. Last one, kick into the ceiling and slowly take it back. Extend through the left leg, lower the left toes, press through your hands, and now extend through your right leg all the way again, three-legged downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, take your right knee in front of your chin and now lower down your right foot in between your hands towards your right thumb. Lower down the back heel and prepare to float up into warrior 2. Lift your arms up, circle them around, arms strong, front knee bends into 90, leg at the back, ears extended and strong. Take a moment to check in with that alignment. Have a look at your back leg that is extended and the back part of the foot is firmly pressing into the mat. From here, take a breath in. Exhale, see if you can lower down slightly deeper into the pose. Both legs are strong. One more breath in. Exhale, maybe you can come a little bit deeper down. Another breath in. And on the exhale, lower down your arms in front of you. Interlace your hands together. Allow your index and thumbs to touch. Now, watch me carefully. Inhale, lift your arms up as you slowly shift the bend in the knees. Left knee bends, right toes up into the ceiling, surfer's lunge. Once again, come back into warrior 2. Right knee bends, left leg is straight, curl the toes in. Hands pointing towards the mat. So this is our transition for today. Inhale, left knee bends, shift the bend in those knees, lift your right toes up into the ceiling, continue pointing high up through your hands. Exhale, come back into warrior 2. Let's do this for 3 rounds. Inhale up, exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, come back up. Right toes up, squat as deep down as you possibly can. Exhale, warrior 2, front knee above your ankle. One more time. Inhale, left knee bends, right toes up, strong pose. Exhale, lower it down. Let's add 2 more. Inhale, lift up, bend the knee, get your right toes up into the ceiling, shoulders away from your ears, balancing and breathing here. 3, 2, 1, and come back into warrior 2. Can you feel the legs? Can you feel your inner thighs? Come back with your arms. Gaze towards your right hand, towards your right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale. Come a little bit deeper down. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. Fantastic. Bend both of your knees. Open up your knees really wide as your feet. Let's dip here together. 5, dip. 4, dip. 3, dip. Feel those inner thighs opening up. 2, a little bit of a dip. Last one, dip. Stay here. 3, 2, lower down, lower down. Last one, come back up. Now, extend through your right leg all the way until the leg is completely straight. Keep your left knee bent. Inhale here. And exhale, take both of your hands down onto the mat. Frame your left foot. Lift the back heel up. Press through your hands, come into high plank. Front foot steps back. Inhale in high plank. Exhale, bend at the elbows, chaturanga of your choice. Inhale, roll over the toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, meet me in your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, big toes are touching. Ears away from your upper arms. Press through your hands actively into the mat. Don't forget your knuckles and your fingertips. 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale.
Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply. And exhale fully. On the next breath in, left leg up into the ceiling. Keep the heel pointing all the way up. Take an inhale here. Exhale, left knee towards your chin. The back toes are pointed, holding it in this plank variation. 3, 2, 1. Again, extend all the way up into the ceiling, and this time point through your back toes. Try to lower down through your right heel, even deeper down into the mat. Inhale, left knee towards the chin. Exhale, press back up into the ceiling. 3-second hold. Take your left knee towards the chin. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1 more. Left knee lowers down onto the mat just behind your wrists. The back foot is floating off the mat. Find the balance here. If the balance is here, see if you can lift your back leg up. Shoulders, as you can see, are past the wrists. Balancing here, the back foot is flexed, pointing into the mat. Take a breath in and out. Another breath in, leaning forward, engagement in the core, and out. One more breath in and out. Release the back toes down, press through the hands, extend through the left leg back up into the ceiling. Beautiful. Another breath in and a breath out. On the next inhale, knee towards the chin, press through the hands, round up into the shoulders, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Extend, three-legged downward facing dog. Once again, knee towards your chin, round up through those shoulders. High plank for 3, 2, 1. Extend it back. Last time, left knee into your chin. We hold it for 3, 2, 1. And now lower it down in between your wrists once again. Keep the back toes floating off the mat. Find the balance here. Lift your back leg up. Stay balancing, stay floating here. Ground through your left hand. And if you have space, if there are no plants obstructing your view, extend through your left arm forward. Balancing and breathing here. Relax your neck. Your neck is long. Going for 3, 2, 1. Release the left hand back down onto the mat. Release the back toes down onto the mat. Left toes, swing them back up into the ceiling. Three-legged downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left knee into the chin. We go 3, 2, 1. One more time. Extend. Beautiful. And next time you take your knee into your chin. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Only to release it back down onto the mat. Last variation, lift your right leg up. Keep the foot flexed, bend your back knee. Stay here and balance, that's more than enough, strong pose. And option 2, push through the back foot for 3. We pump, we pulse, 2 towards the ceiling. Last one, and maybe 2 more, up, pulsing, up, and release it down. Extend your right toes back down onto the mat. Press through your hands to come back into your three-legged downward facing dog. Gaze forward. Take your left knee for the final time towards your chin, only to step the left foot forward in between your hands. Lower down through the back heel. Lift yourself up and join me in a Warrior 2. Powerful pose. Warrior 2, arms away from your ears, parallel to the mat. Front knee bends and sits above your ankle. Inhale. Exhale. Coming deeper into the pose. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your back foot firmly pressing into the mat. Back heel, the back part of your outer foot. Inhale again. Exhale. Come deeper down into the stretch. Strong legs. Inhale deeply. Exhale, come a little bit deeper. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, take your hands in front of you, interlace them. Index and thumbs are touching. On the next breath in, bend into your right knee, straighten up through your left leg with the left toes up into the ceiling, surfer's lunge. Ready? Inhale, Warrior 2 variation with the arms pointing down into the mat.
We go. 5, surfer's lunge. Bend your right knee, left toes up. Exhale, come back into warrior 2. We go. 4, all the way back up, feeling the stretch in those inner thighs. Exhale, come back into warrior 2. 3, all the way up. You'll feel that space being created in those inner thighs. Release it down. Last 2, inhale, lift all the way up. Bend your right knee, left toes all the way up into the ceiling. Exhale, release it down. Last one, lift those arms up. Lower down through your hips. Bend your right knee, left toes up. Take a breath in and out. Inhale, come back. Exhale, open up back into warrior 2. Windmill your hands back down onto the mat. Lift the back heel up. Front foot steps back. Inhale in your high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. And exhale straight into your downward facing dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. Walk your big toes together and allow them to touch. Take an inhale and a breath out. Another breath in and a breath out. On the next breath in, lift your left leg all the way up into the ceiling. Beautiful. Look forward. Send your left foot outside of your right hand, outside of your right wrist, onto the outer edge of the foot. Lower the body down to sit. Release the back toes. Point the toes up into the ceiling. Inhale, reach with your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Seated forward fold. If you would like to open up your legs wider, feel free to do that. If you want to keep them closer together, you're welcome. Flex the toes up into the ceiling. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold deeper down. Any variation is welcome. Hold on to the big toes with your index and middle fingers here. Take another breath in. Find length in your spine. The neck is soft. On the exhale, see if you can lower down. Getting the belly back towards the spine, allowing the belly button to travel closer down into the mat. The neck is long. Maybe the tip of the nose even will touch your mat. Inhale again, lengthen. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper down. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold deeper down. One more time, inhale, find length. Exhale, fold deeper. On the next breath in, come back into seated. Take your left hand behind onto the side of your left hip. Now point both of your toes on an inhale. Rotate the left hand towards the front of your mat. Inhale, lift up, pick up through your hips, all the way up. Open up through your right arm, open up through your chest. Slowly rotate onto the inner edge of the back foot. Place your hands back down as if you're coming back into your downward facing dog. Keep rotating through that back foot until you come back onto the toes. Inhale, exhale, lower down slowly onto your left thigh. Press your chest down into the mat. Take another breath in, so the legs are forming an L shape. Take another breath in here. And on the exhale, press back up away from the mat. Inhale, exhale, come into chaturanga arms. Inhale, come back up. One more time, lower down halfway. Inhale, come back up. Shift the left leg back up into 3-legged downward facing dog, only to look forward and step the left foot in between the hands. Transitioning here, lift back up into warrior 2 for a moment. Now, bend into both knees, hands down onto your knees or your thighs. Lengthen into the spine. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can come deeper down. Toes are pointing out and heels are pointing in. Your spine is long. Inhale. Exhale, a little bit deeper down into those inner thighs. Feel the stretch. The body is in upright position. One more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, twist to your left. All the way to the left. Bringing the right shoulder towards the left side. Left shoulder back. Inhale, come back into the center. Exhale, twist towards the opposite side. Pressing actively through the left hand into the inner thigh. Inhale once again. Exhale, left to the left. Inhale, come back into the center. Open up your arms sideways. Now, listen slowly. Extend and straighten your left leg. Keep your right knee bent. Take another breath in. Warrior two for a moment. Exhale deeply. Inhale. And on the next breath out, windmill your hands back down onto the mat, framing the front foot. Staying here for a breath. Inhale. And exhale, step the front foot back into your high plank. Take a breath in at the top. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And on the exhale, take your hips up into downward facing dog. Next breath in, lift your right leg up into the ceiling. Only to look forward and send your right foot outside of your left hand onto the outer edge of your right foot. Now open up through your left arm all the way up into the ceiling here. Take a moment to sit. Let's go ahead and sit. On the exhale, settling in. Next breath in, lift your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Take another breath in. And exhale, fold deeper down forward. Now make sure you open up those legs as much as it feels good. The wider, the deeper the stretch. Or the closer, the deeper the stretch of your choice. You decide where you'd like to go. Now, previously, I had my index and thumbs touching, wrapped around the big toes. Inhale here. Exhale, folding deeper, going deeper into the stretch. The back of your neck is long. The back of the belly is towards the spine. Inhale. The tip of your nose or the ribs are trying to travel closer and closer down into the mat. Feel the deep stretch in your hamstrings. Find more space in your lower back. Take another breath in. Exhale, deeper down into the mat. Inhale, find length. Exhale, find space. Go lower, go deeper. Find that stretch. Point through the heels as if you're trying to kick the heels away from the body, toes up into the ceiling. One more breath in. Exhale, let's lower down deeper. Beautiful. On the next breath in, come back into the center. Right hand outside of your right hip, point through both of your feet. On the next inhale, pick up and now open up through both of your legs. Lift your hips up. Now, if your legs are open wide at 90, that's absolutely fine. Inhale. Exhale, press actively through your right hand. Look up. And on the breath out, look down towards the mat. Release your hands down as if you're coming back into down dog. Pick up your back heel. Pick up the outer edge of your right foot. Adjust your front foot into a 90-degree angle, an L shape. Stay onto the back toes. Stay in a push-up position. Inhale. Exhale, lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower down to chaturanga. Inhale, come back up. Find the strength, find that balance. Press your right leg back up into three-legged downward facing dog. Exhale, release your right foot to meet your left foot. Inhale, let's do another Vinyasa. Shift the body weight into high plank. Exhale, lower down halfway into chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. And then exhale takes you back into downward facing dog. Big toes together and touch. Take a breath in and a breath out. Another breath in and a breath out. One more in and out. On the next inhale, lift your right leg back up into the ceiling. Bend your right knee and this time open that hip as much as you can. Point your right knee up into the ceiling. To add here, rise high up onto your left toes. How high can you lift your left heel? Beautiful. On the next breath in, gaze forward in between your hands. Step your right foot towards your right thumb. Release your back knee down fully onto the mat as you release the back toes. Low lunge. Circle your arms around, turn your palms out. Lift your arms over your head. Allow those palms to touch here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale deeply. Inhale, now pick up your hips, shift the hips back. Exhale, flex your front toes up into the ceiling. Take a breath in to prepare. Exhale, fold forward. Fingertips frame your front leg. Keep your right toes up into the ceiling. Take another breath in. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, come halfway up. Lengthen through that spine. Send your right hip further back with the left hip slightly forward. Pick up your right fingertips and now walk your hands towards your left knee. Beautiful. Adding more length into the spine. Trying to stack those hips here. Left hip above your left knee. Find more length into the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Come back slowly once again. Frame your front foot. Land softly onto your right toes, onto your right foot. Curl your back toes in. Lift the back knee up. Come into high lunge. Inhale through the very front of the mat. Lift those arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows behind your neck. Elbows all the way up into the ceiling. A gentle back bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach actively through the tippy fingertips, and on the exhale, fold forward, frame the front foot. Front foot steps back. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, straight back into your downward facing dog. Left side. Breathe in as your left leg lifts into the ceiling. Breathe out as you step your left foot towards your left thumb. Release your right knee down as well as your back toes. Engage your inner thighs. Find that balance here. Ground firmly through the front foot as you circle your arms out and around with your palms touching above your head. Open up through your chest. Squeeze the shoulders away from those ears. Take a breath in and a breath out. Another breath in and a breath out. Next, inhale. Swing the hips up and back. Point your left toes up into the ceiling. Engagement in your core. Swing your right hip back. Your left hip back, right hip forward on the next exhale. Fold forward, gently framing the left foot. Keep pointing the left toes up. Half splits. Inhale for the length in your spine. Exhale for the depth in your spine, in your stretch. Inhale again, lengthen. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. One more time. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale again, slightly deeper. Inhale, come halfway up. Now walk your fingertips all the way to the right side. This time your fingertips are as far as your right knee. Now if you have more space, lengthen through that spine and continue walking so you feel that deeper sensation onto the left side of your body. Keep walking those fingertips to the right side as much as it feels good. Keep stacking the right hip over the left knee. Take another breath in. Exhale. And slowly on an inhale, come back into the center to frame that left foot. Land softly onto the left foot. Back onto the mat, curl the back toes in, contract your inner thighs, lift the back knee up, find the balance here, high lunge. Through the very top of your mat, lift those arms all the way back up, only to bend your elbows for your thumbs to rest onto the tops of your shoulders, just below your neck. Take another breath in, and on the exhale, come into a deeper back bend if that is available. Another breath in. And a deeper breath out for a deeper back bend. Inhale, come back up. Extend your arms towards the ceiling and exhale, take them down onto the mat, only to step the front foot back into high plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, lower down halfway, chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog and exhale, straight back into your downward facing dog. Take another breath in. And the breath out. Deep inhale, big toes together and touch in your down dog. Traveling with those heels closer down into the mat after finding more length in the upper body. Always remember the neck is soft and the ears away from your shoulders. One more breath in through your nose.
Exhale through your nose. Last breath in through your nose. Exhale through your nose. Slowly lower down through your knees. Keep the knees hip distance. Release the toes at the back. Walk your hands further towards the very top of your mat. On the next breath out, send the tip of your nose or the forehead down onto the mat. Open up through your shoulders. Open up through your chest. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And a deep exhale. Now here, continue pressing through your hands so you're able to lift your forearms off the mat. Lift your elbows and your forearms off the mat. Take a breath in and a breath out. Another breath in and a breath out. Lower down your elbows this time fully onto the mat. Deepen that stretch. Bend at your elbows. Join your palms together if that's available. And once again, take your thumbs towards the back of your neck. Deepening the stretch, opening up through the chest. Take another inhale and gently breathe out. One more breath in and a breath out. Slowly release your forearms back down onto the mat. Lift your head up and gaze towards your hands. Shift your hips and belly down onto the mat and gently arrive into Sphinx. Lower down your elbows directly under your shoulders. Open up through the chest. Take another breath in and out. Keep your neck long, shoulders away from the ears, squeezing together. Crown of your head towards the ceiling. Hands parallel to each other. Open up through the chest as much as it feels available. One more breath in and breath out. One more inhale. And exhale. Slowly lower down through your chest. Extend one by one your forearms at the very top of your mat. Allow your forehead to rest down onto your arms. Allow your neck to remain long. Take another deep inhale through your nose. Open up your mouth and sigh it out. Another breath in and out. One more breath in and out. Slowly lift your head up. Walk your hands under those shoulders. Press your hands into the mat until you're able to peel yourself off the mat. Keep your knees open wide. Get your big toes to touch and shift your hips back into wide-legged child's pose. Lower your forehead gently down onto the mat. Allow the tip of your nose to rest onto your mat. Spread your 10 fingers wide. And this time relax your forearms and elbows, placing them down onto the mat. Another breath in. And with the breath out, try to get those hips closer down into the heels. Feel your thighs supporting the outside part of your rib cage. Your chest and your belly breathing freely. Another inhale. And a full exhale. If this pose is comfortable, I invite you to spend another minute or so resting, relaxing. If you would rather go into Shavasana, now it's the time to do so. Thank yourself for the practice. Observe what the practice brought to you and allow yourself to stay still, mindful for the next few minutes.